Hi, this is Ron Nutter and welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter product reviews. This time we're going to be looking at the AstroAI cordless tire inflator and 3 things you need to know about this, especially when you may need this traveling at some point, which is generally when I seem to need it the most. Thing number 1, you have 2 power options for this. It's powered by the 20-volt battery that you see on the bottom. And in order to get the display turned on, it also has a nice LED light in it. Better than nothing in an emergency. And it also has, if you look to the left, you'll see a 12-volt pack. Now, I use the term pack lightly because it will actually plug into the cigarette lighter. I have found that cigarette lighters may not give you the best power results because, at least in my case, to get the best power to the inflator, I've got to have the engine running. And some vehicles now, you can't just put the key into accessory mode and get to work. You physically got to turn the engine over. And if you have some mobility challenge issues, then you're going to have to, lean in and around and move the cord around. And some vehicles don't have an easy cord outlet in the back of the vehicle. So this is where I like the 20-volt option. Thing number 2. It has auto cutoff at the desired pressure. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You generally open the driver's door. There's a sticker on the column that will tell you what your tire pressures should be. And you just set the inflator to that, connect it with the valve you see coming around, and then just hit the trigger button on front, and it will run until the desired pressure has been reached, and it cuts right off at the where you set it. And you can see by the display, it shows you where it's been set, and then it will actually give you a readout. So if you've need to have 35 psi in the tire and your tire's actually got 37, it's not going to turn on when you press the button because there's no need to. And thing number 3, there are attachments to inflate almost anything. You see them at the top of the handle. Depending on how this jostles around, you might want to put those in like a Ziploc bag or something and put them in the fabric case that comes with it, and that way you keep everything all together. Word to the wise, and it does say this in the manual, when you're through using this, put it on charge right then and there. You don't want to come back to it, say, in another month and find out the battery's dead. Immediately charge. I generally let it run overnight. There's not the way to tell when it's fully charged that I would like. You have to go back to the battery, hit the battery test button, which, it's better than nothing, but it's, when you're used to having meters and stuff, it kind of, you just get a little frustrated at times. I have used this for over 6 months, and I have been very pleased with it, especially when you get middle of nowhere. And with some places, and I understand every place has got to make money, where it used to be air compressors were free. Well, now they charge, and it may take some money to get your tire back up and running. At least with this, you have an option. And I found the compressor runs faster when it's getting fed with 20 volts. When you put this 20-volt piece in, it may not run as fast, and you've got a cord to deal with. But either way, you've got options there to work with, and this is an easy to handle inflator. So if you are having to do this from a wheelchair, this is a very easy compressor to handle because you walk right up to the vehicle, clip it on the air valve, set the amount of pressure you need and hit the button, and you're good to go. So what was a arduous process potentially, this is that much better. So take a look at this and think about getting one for you today.